Welcome to this video tutorial for Scratch. In this video I'll be teaching you how to make your sprite move around the screen when you click on particular buttons, or when you press particular buttons. So let's jump straight in this time. So we've got our sprite here. Our sprite, remember, is our character. At the moment our sprite is called Sprite1, but we can give our sprite a different name if we want to. I'm going to call mine Catty, just so he's got a unique name, or she. Catty might be a she, I'm not sure. And what we want to do with Catty is use our arrow keys to move Catty around this box here. And so what I'm going to do to start with is, remember, to begin in my program I need some sort of control. So I'm going to grab this block here that says when space key is pressed. I'm going to drag it out into my work area. Now the first thing that I want to do is make Catty be able to move to the right when I press the right button. So I'm going to change space here by clicking on this space button, and I'm going to click on right arrow. Cool. So the next thing that I need to do is click on my motion section up here, my motion tab, and we need to point Catty in a particular direction. And the direction that we want to point Catty in is the right. So I'm going to drag this point in direction block out, and I'm going to connect it to my previous block. And if I click on this down arrow here, it tells me I can make Catty point to the right, the left, up, or down. So when I press the right arrow, I want Catty to point to the right. Now the next thing I need to do is actually make Catty move once he's pointed in the right direction. So this block here that says move 10 steps, I can drag that one out now and put it underneath. Now I can change this to move 15 steps or move 1 step or whatever I want it to. But at the moment I'm going to leave it at 10 steps. Now let's see if that works. I'm going to press the right arrow key once. And you can see Catty move. And that's great. Now if I press the left arrow key, nothing happens. So I need to be able to move Catty to the left as well. So I can go through that same process again of finding my my blocks, or given that this is going to be pretty similar to the next block, the next kind of segment of code that I'm going to be building, I can actually just right click on it and click duplicate. And duplicate pretty much just means copy and paste. So I've duplicated that bunch of code, and I'm just going to click to put it down. But this time, instead of when the right arrow is clicked, I want to talk about when the left arrow is clicked. And this time, instead of pointing in direction 90, which is right, I want Catty to point in direction -90, which is left. Alright, let's see how that works. So I'm going to press the right key, Catty moves to the right. And actually, if you notice when I press it, this little block highlights. Should do. I did it before. Now if I press left key, this one here, Catty's moving to the left, but Catty is upside down, and I do not like that. So the way that I can make Catty stay facing the right way up is actually click this second button down here that says only face left and right. This button's currently clicked, so this says can rotate, but we only want Catty to face left and right. Now if I click right, Catty moves to the right, and if I click left, Catty moves to the left, but Catty is only ever facing left or right, and he's not upside down. Cool, so let's just do the same thing again, but for up and for down. So I'm going to right click, duplicate, place that block, and I'm going to change right arrow to up arrow, and I'm going to change point in direction 90 to point in direction 0, which is up. And if I test it now, if I press the up arrow, Catty's moving up. So let's duplicate this one and paste it down here. And let's change the up arrow to the down arrow and point in direction 0, which is up, to point in direction 180, which is down. And let's test the down now. Cool. So that's working. So given that this has been a fairly short tutorial, I might show you one more thing. And that extra thing that I want to show you is how to change the background. So the background is the stage. So at the moment we've got this blue outline around Catty. That means we've got Catty selected, and all the things that we're doing here relate to Catty. But if I click on the stage, you'll see that the stage gets a blue outline now, and there's no scripts. So if I want to, I can click on backgrounds, and I can click import to import a background. And you should be presented with indoors, nature, outdoors, and sports. Let's go with indoors, and let's choose party room. Cool, so we've got Catty in our party room. If I go back to scripts up top, you can see all of those scripts that I typed before, they've disappeared. That's because those scripts were associated only with Catty, and we don't have Catty selected at the moment. So if you click on Catty, all those scripts come back. So let's press down, right, up, and left, and Catty can move around in this party room. Great, I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you've been successful. Feel free to follow on with the rest of the tutorials as you wish.